going to take a look. This is going to be a short lesson because you just saw everything that happens in this song. Oh, except for one thing. It is back to... We're going to talk about everything you need to do to be able to play like 4 different parts of a very simple 4-chord song, but really fun. This is, of course, So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star. Now, this came out in 1967. The Byrds album Younger Than Yesterday had some great tunes on it, and they were pretty big time at the time. And somebody else had just become pretty big time at the time, and that was the Monkees. And that made them write this sort of poison pen song about being a rock and roll star. All of a sudden, everybody that nobody had ever heard of was famous. Wait a minute. Let me see if I got that right. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, so Roger McGuinn and Chris Hillman put together this cool tune that was Hillman's bass line that, and the bass did a few different things, and of course had this little syncopated lead that was done lots and lots of different ways. So we're not going to worry about the whole note for note thing of, there weren't 3 of those D's there were only 2. We don't really care. You got the feel for the whole thing. So you need 4 chords, G, A, D, and E. That's it. Got to strum through it. And what we'll mostly talk about in this lesson, first we'll talk about just kind of the campfire version of just strumming it and getting, it has to have a syncopated change. You have to get to the A chord on the up of beat 2. 1 and 2 and. The and of 2, the up, second part of beat 2. And, but then we can also work in the bass part, as you heard what I was doing there, a couple of different bass parts. Sometimes he's just doing a very simple, and other times it's a little bit more elaborate. So anyway, that's what we're going to take a look at here in just probably 2 or 3 very short segments. And pretty soon you will be playing So You Want to Be a Rock and Roll Star. There you have it. That's what you got to be able to do. Okay, let's get started. The intro that Roger McGuinn plays on his Rickenbacker 12-string has a little different sound on a 6-string. So if you have a 12-string, break it out and it'll sound just like the record. But if we take a look now at the tab, what we have to do is use a little bit of focused strumming in getting in some bass notes and some strums. So we're really trying to get this effect. Up. If you take a look at the tab, we've got an F sharp leading into the G on as a pickup note on the and of 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. I'd use my second finger for that F sharp down here, and then down on the G, then an upstroke on the middle 3 strings or so of the G. What we really hear the guitar do distinctly is more of, we really hear the D string, but we have an octave D string on the 12. So we're the closest way we can approximate that effect is have our up be across the 3, the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. Then get the G and the bass again. Then we really need to hear the A and the bass on the next up, on the and of 2, but we want to hear the chord along with it. And then the next 2 strokes, the up-down, we want to hear a little bit more of the A chord.